This is a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Listen to the Matt and Mark Movie Show.
Happy holidays from sunny California. I'm here to talk Snowbound movies with you. This is Snowbound Cinema. This is our 2023 holiday grab bag. If you're new to the show, you may not know what this is, but I'm going to go ahead and just let you guys know anyway. Holiday grab bags is basically when we pick a couple random movies to review. Usually we have rules with these movies. Usually we say everybody can't have seen your pick. They have to fit a theme. This year we were a little more loose on that. Whether you had seen the movie or not, we kind of didn't care so much. It was more about like not picking obvious stuff. So the themes for this year, the theme for this year is Snowbound Cinema. These were all movies, icy, snowy. We wanted like to feel the cold, feel the hurt, feel the fucking snow and ice. And so that's why we went with Snowbound Cinema. And we have 3 movies on deck. And I say 3 because usually just me and Mark, right? Last year's just fucking 2 movies. This year we have a guest. It's our first ever guest for a grab bag. And that's Tommy Nuggets.
Well, that is an honor. I did not know I was the first ever grab bag guest.
You are the first grab bag guest, man. We thought it was fitting. We had such a great time with you during Spoopy season. And let me also take this time quickly to formally apologize to Tommy because we were supposed to get one more Spoopy episode with him. And I fucked up. And these poor guys watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which was supposed to be that episode. And we couldn't do the episode. So, Tommy, I'm sorry. So to make up for it, we brought you here to ring in the holidays with us.
Well, thank you. You made up for it well enough because this is a little subgenre that I love to talk about, and I love to choose movies from this. I grew up in Michigan, so there was a shitload of snowed in nights where all you really could do was watch a movie or watch TV. So I was happy to come be on this episode with y'all. So thank you, man.
Fuck yeah, we're happy to have you. So as we're doing, we have Snowbound Cinema, and I have a little scale. So we're going to review 3 movies. We'll reveal what they are in a minute. But I want to quickly just tell you guys, we have a scale. We're going to grade each of these movies on a snowy scale. So here are your options, guys. You have 3 options. If the movie is just not snowy enough, we're going to go with this.
It's snowing in my neighborhood.
It's snowing in my neighborhood. Is it snowing in my, maybe snowing in my neighborhood, okay? If it bumps it up a notch and it goes full-blown blizzard, we've got this one.
Yeah, that was quite a blizzard.
That was quite a blizzard. And if the movie is fucking crazy bananas with the snow, we got this one.
Snowmageddon.
So we can go ahead and throw any of those grades on. We don't have to all agree. So that's our scale. It's snowing in my neighborhood. Yes, that's quite a blizzard.
Wrote those down.
And Snowmageddon. Don't worry, Mark. Asbot will replay them as maybe annoyingly so.
I'm quite impressed because when you said you were going to do a snow scale earlier, I was like, what are we going to do? Go flurries to blizzard? And like you pulled out sound bites and you got Asbot hooked into it. Like,
yeah, dude. We've gotten some complaints lately that Asbot has not been on the show, and that's true. But that's purely out of my own laziness. So Asbot is back with a fucking vengeance this week. He's got all snowy bites. But before we do that, as we do, the other great part about Grab Bags is that we watch old commercials together, things we remember or maybe don't remember. Mark, I have a fucking doozy lined up for you, though, this time, dude.
Ooh, nice.
Usually we do these with toys that we remember, but I thought this time, let's go with, here we go. By the way, we should say, YouTube people, you are not going to see these commercials because YouTube. Audio people, you're going to get the whole experience, baby. So it's all about you this week. Mark, Tommy, this is our first grab bag commercial. Happy holidays, guys. I want to see if you guys remember this one.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the shop a creature was stirring, and he just wouldn't stop. On chocolate, on strawberry, on vanilla frosted too, go the colors of Christmas made fresh just for you. So fill up your sack with your favorite delight,
and to all a Merry Christmas.
In each
tasty bite.
Fill up your sack, guys. The Dunkin' Donuts holidays. So
Yeah,
maybe
I'm a fat guy, so I do remember Dunkin' Donuts from the 80s. Yes.
Do you remember the fucking Christmas? Do you remember that though? That specific commercial?
I remember that guy. He was kind of like the spokesperson for Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
for the
He's
longest.
time to make the donuts. He gets up at 6 a.m. Time to make the donuts.
And I remember seeing the little like cottage view, the aerial view of the cottage from the outside as it's zooming in. So yeah, I watched
And
a
of
lot of
course those
TV as a
boxes,
kid,
too.
man.
Yeah. Dude, I look at that now, and of course, I just want those donuts because they look awesome. But I have no memory of that commercial at all. I do remember the Dunkin' Donuts spokes guy, but I don't remember a specific Christmas one where he's like in a sleigh traveling around.
Spreading
Anyway.
donuts.
Spreading
to the good-
donuts.
to the good boys and girls of the world.
Spreading high cholesterol to good boys and girls all over the world.
That's what the 80s, it was like, just go have a donut. Now I'm like, I want a donut, but I
Dude,
can't
I
eat
want a
fucking
donut so fucking bad. There's a Krispy Kreme. There's special edition Krispy Kreme donuts right now that are themed to the movie Elf, and I want them so bad.
Are they just like paint like different colors of
They're
frosting?
like different
to
colors, but
look
I
like
think
the
there might
movie?
be like some character work on them. Like one of them is dressed like the elf, like Buddy the Elf. There's a Santa
Nice.
one. Yeah, one of them, you know how Elf makes all the stupid sugary shit in the movie, like the fucking spaghetti
The
with all the
spaghetti.
syrup in it. There's something like that, I think, where the icing looks like spaghetti.
You know, Will
Anyway.
Ferrell actually was eating that concoction of spaghetti and Pop-Tart, chocolate syrup, M&Ms. He actually was eating that every take that they did. So by the time they were done, he was like,
He has diabetes.
Yeah, I was, so I was
He
like,
was
is that why we haven't seen him in a long time?
Yeah, he has no feet.
well, I guess he did turn down like a $29 million offer to do Elf 2. So probably
Good
because
for
of
him.
that shit right there, he was like,
for
no,
him.
fuck.
Yeah.
I'll do Anchorman 2 instead and make the worst.
He's like, I'll do Elf
Sequel
too if the
ever.
elf is a vegan. I'll do Elf too if I can eat wood. So that
He
first
might have.
commercial ushers us into our first movie of the night, guys. And that movie, speaking of things that are soft, sweet, and remind you of Christmas, that are loaded with icing, let's talk about The Gray. This is the movie from 2011, directed by Joe Carnahan, and we should say it's our first movie of our Snowbound Cinema, and it was picked by Tommy Nuggets. Tommy, why did you pick The Gray?
So I like Joe Carnahan a lot. I love Narc and I love Smoking Aces, and his movies are just super hardcore and like gritty. And so you know, I think at the time when The Gray came out, Liam Neeson was still putting out pretty good movies regularly. He hadn't relegated himself to like some of the shit he's been doing the last few years. And so I remember being interested in it right away. And I just think it is literally, out of the massive list of movies that I thought of that are, you know, snowbound cinema, I was like, this one almost makes me feel the coldest, because literally these guys are just getting shit on by the elements. And you know, of course, do a little synopsis. It's basically about are they oil men or loggers? I think they're oil men, right?
I think they're oil
like
men.
oil
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because they
Liam
mentioned the
Neeson.
company doesn't give a shit about them a couple times.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, you're right. And so, you know, Liam Neeson's character, the main protagonist, is a fucking badass wolf hunter whose job is literally just to keep the wild wolves in Alaska, from killing these guys while they're working on the oil stuff. So I love that they did a lot of that on location in British Columbia. So like when you're watching the movie and you see some of that extreme weather that they're facing, you're like, whoa, this is pretty good CGI. No, like that was actual locations or actual weather happening at the location they were filming at. So like they were dealing with some shit. And
Holy shit.
And also
Um,
falling in the stream and having to be wet and cold.
oh yeah. And then like, so I had made a few notes when I was watching the movie, and like there's basically three things trying to kill this group of guys. So we strayed away from the synopsis. So basically these dudes on their way home at the end of the season, their plane crashes, they go down in the woods in the middle of nowhere, and the few survivors of the plane crash now have to battle three things that are trying to kill them, and it's biology. They still have to eat, they have to drink water, they have to do the basic necessities to stay alive, and that's made harder by the second thing, the elements, which is the crazy snow, and the fact that they're literally nowhere near any civilization. They're just in the middle of these woods. And then the last and most fun thing trying to kill them is, of course, a pack of insane timber wolves that are fucking just stalking these guys. And so it's one of those.
And in Liam Neeson's case, himself too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true,
yeah.
because we see in the beginning of the movie he's kind of suicidal, and he's we see all these flashbacks to who we can kind of tell right away was probably his wife, but we find out as the movie progresses what happened to her. And I think that adds an interesting layer and element to the story, because this guy keeping them alive didn't even want to be alive anymore,
right?
Basically.
Yeah.
And so
why would you summon the will to live or want to live past that if you didn't want to live when things were normal-ish, right? Before you went a plane crash? I think that's one of the many interesting questions the movie poses.
Absolutely. And one thing I think is funny, like, Liam Neeson's job, he wasn't like a sheriff, a badass sheriff, or a badass CIA agent. He was literally a wolf hunter.
Yeah.
So if you're going to listen to someone in that scenario, I would listen to
what's funny though
hunter.
is like, that's a badass job, and we're sitting here laughing and joking about it because it's fucking crazy. It's like such a movie job. But most of the other guys that he crashes with are like, have no respect for him. Like, fucking guy shoots dogs. Like,
this dude never drinks with us.
I forgot Frank
asshole.
Grillo was in this movie, and he's a fucking asshole. He's like great in it.
Yeah.
But he's a fucking asshole to Liam Neeson specifically about his job, and he doesn't respect anything that Liam Neeson says.
Well, by the way, what's kind of interesting though is their positions flip-flop, because he wants to live and then he chooses to die. Yet Liam Neeson wants to die and then chooses to live. Actually, speaking of Frank Grillo, Matt, that's probably one of his best performances.
Yeah, dude.
One of my favorite scenes is when he finally introduces his name. Like, he's an asshole, but mainly because of his fear, and that's his way of dealing with it. But I love the fact that he finally changes and you get to see the real him. And he's like, that scene is so moving too, when he introduces himself finally.
He comes to terms with
him. Good.
He basically gives up trying to be the alpha, because I felt like that was another theme in the movie, is the men are trying to determine the alpha within the group while running from a wolf pack that's being led by an alpha.
Yeah, they sort of parallel each other.
Thing, because there's a fighting, it's all happens off screen, but there's like this whole drama.
And there's that Omega wolf that gets pushed out. That's like an outsider. Like, the wolf shit is paralleling what's happening with the human beings, which is really cool. Yeah, something totally. I never fucking picked up on. I should say I've only seen this movie twice. The first time I saw it in the theaters, but this is what I want to talk to you guys about. To me, it's a very different experience watching this movie as a younger man. Like, I think I was 28, 29 when I saw this, and now watching it as a 40-year-old dude, how it completely shifts your perspective on this movie. Because the first time I saw it, I think I was truly unfair to it. I think my worst sensibilities as a moviegoer were cranked up. Like, if you think I'm bad now with like the Last Drive-In kind of exploitative shit, like, I was like an asshole about this movie because I couldn't see past the marketing. I was like, I want Liam Neeson punching wolves movie. And when I didn't get that, I acted like a spoiled bitch about it. And I watched the trailer now. Yeah, dude, the trailer leads you that way, right? It's not some fucking Rambo fest. And now, as a 40-year-old man, like, I got so much more out of this movie yesterday than I ever have. Like, it felt like the best of a survival drama that I've ever seen. Like, in terms of even just the interplay between the guys, the camaraderie, the bond that forms. Like, and then you care about each guy, and the power that the simplest things have. The fact that they get the idea to start collecting the wallets of the dead to give them to the families, and that each time a guy goes, they take his wallet. And so at the end, you've got Liam Neeson looking at these wallets, looking at these guys' memories, at these guys' lives. Like, it fucking got me, man. It got me in a fucking great way. Great way.
It gets deep. It's funny because I was reading some of the critical acclaim for it, and I guess that this is the only movie that Roger Ebert, like, basically he watched it, and then after this movie, he went to watch his second movie of the day, as was his job. And he had to leave the second movie like 25, 30 minutes in because he was still so emotionally affected by the gray. And, that's something that I think
Ebert
says
left
a lot.
and went and killed a wolf. Motherfucker.
Yeah, like, fucking
stabbed him.
Timberwolves. Went to Minnesota and just, evil-eyed the whole basketball team there because of the Timberwolves. Anyway, that was a reach. But yeah, I think the gray, if
the
if you're
one
expecting...
sports fan that listens to this pod. Oh my God, they're speaking to me this week.
It
Finally.
is me talking about sport ball. Yeah, it's definitely a lot deeper than it was marketed as, because the marketing material was like, hey, you guys know Liam Neeson from Taken, right? Well, this time he fights a wolf, and obviously the wolf fight, spoiler alert, is left up to our imagination. And I don't know if you guys stayed through the post-credit
scene.
Yes, there's a post-credit.
I think they both kill each other to some degree.
Yeah,
you see them both
that
breathing.
He survived too.
Yes, right. Because all you're left with is the two breaths, right?
Right.
That was crazy because that was the first time I'd ever seen that.
But actually, Liam Neeson's head is only moving because of the wolf moving up and down.
So maybe he's dead and the wolf is still.
I think it leaves
dying.
it up to the audience though, because it's vague enough where you can say like, okay, he found the logging trail, he'll probably survive.
You know what it reminds me of? The ending to The Thing. Where you see both guys still alive, looking at each other like, are you the alien? Am I the alien? Which one's the fucking alien?
And that's so badass too.
Yeah.
By the way, we should say for our listeners and viewers, the reason I didn't outline that it's at the top of the show because I'm out of practice. We haven't done this shit in like 2 weeks. The reason we didn't pick The Thing or Cliffhanger or any of these other movies is I told these guys don't pick those movies. But the reason we didn't do that was because those are the very obvious choices. We wanted to pick snowy movies that weren't so obvious. We tried to do that with these grab bags. I should have said that at the top. So that's why you'll hear the choices you're going to hear today. Mark, really quick though, I wanted to pick your brain about this. The first time, because you're a big survival movie guy like I am now, and you love survivalist movies. Were you always like on this movie, loved it like from the first time you saw it, or did you have to kind of come into it?
You know me, I like heavy, serious movies about death. This movie is totally about that, in my opinion. It's about like how different people or different types of people deal with impending death, and they're all going to die because they even play. There's a sound effect that they play, that high pitch, like you know exactly when a character's about to die. So I don't think it's a surprise when these people die. It's sort of like telegraphed, these people will die. And actually, one of my favorite scenes is when he's ushering that one guy in the first. There's 3 scenes that I really love. One is the number one I already talked about, was when that guy introduces himself. The second one is when he's telling him that he's going to die and he has to accept it. That is such a heavy scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like this whole fucking movie is heavy. I've seen it maybe 3 times. And the last part I love is just like, I love that Liam Neeson asks God for help, and then he's like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. That is one of the greatest little monologues I've ever seen in a movie, and I think this movie has Liam Neeson's best work. And there's let me get this guy's name because I always screw it up. James Badge Dale is in it for like 2 seconds.
Oh, he's the guy in the plane.
Great as
comforting.
That dying guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the first one that he comforts that tells him, the warmth.
And it's such a short performance, but his death. It was actually, there's another one in Quick and the Dead when DiCaprio gets offed.
Yes.
Those 2 death scenes feel so real. Yeah. Like you're there with these people and you can tell like they don't want to die. It's actually, this movie's very upsetting and disturbing, and it is supremely heavy. Part of me was thinking like maybe this is my last viewing of this movie because it does it does
too
make
much.
you feel a lot, especially when you're getting older in age. It's sort of like, shit. I mean, there's badass like scenes in this movie, but for the most part you're just watching people die. And,
or like come to grips with the fact that like, that's what I kept thinking about too, because I was like, me, I tried to find the meaning in words, and I was like, well, what is the gray? Like, I don't think it's about the white out of the snow or anything, right? Like, I kept thinking it was about the gray. It's not black and white. It's literally the gray area between the choices that you make. It's the choices and the fate, and that there's a gray area in between, and that's where these guys are. And some guys will fight and fight and fight, and some guys like Frank Grillo eventually learn kind of how to just let go and let it happen. That's one of my favorite moments too, by the way, is I didn't even fucking realize it. Because when the first time Liam Neeson said it, I was like, why the fuck did he say that? Because he's talking to Frank Grillo and he goes, no, in his Irish way, he goes, no mas.
No mas.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then I
seemed a
realized
little
it's the
racist for a second.
tattoo
It was like,
on Frank
bro.
Grillo's neck. And I was like, oh, because he's paying attention and talking to that guy and singling him out, like, so that he could speak to him, so the guy would actually hear him. Like, that was a phrase that guy had probably heard throughout his entire life, getting into trouble, going to prison. Like, that's why. The first time you see Frank Grillo, he's in a fucking bar fight in the background, like just fighting 3 guys. And it's just such a weird little moment, but it was such a sweet moment. I think that's what I picked up on this time. It was like, I was like, fuck the macho shit. Like, there is some badass stuff in this, but I was more touched by the sweetness that would happen, like that, those little moments that I really picked up on. And I was like, I mean, it is the holidays after all. I was like, that's some fucking holiday shit right there. Like, that was a sweet moment.
Watching people die.
And then here come the wolves, right? Yeah.
But I think too, you know, seeing like there was the one guy, is it Dermot Mulroney's character, you know, you could tell he was like a family man, and seeing like Liam Neeson have to deal with, you know, his wife's passing from cancer. And I love how Joe Carnahan filmed some of those scenes where they would just rip the fabric of the reality and the dream that Neeson was having about his wife.
Some of that one transition when she gets pulled out of the bed and he sits up is one of my favorite. There's actually a lot of cool stuff that he does in this movie visually that's great. But I do like that. I find that Liam Neeson's character, he's not like he is a badass, but he's also like a kind and caring person. He doesn't, I mean, the only time he's really like fighting these people is when he doesn't want that guy to steal the money from these dead people. He's actually, he takes time to get to know each person and calm them down. He's actually he's one of the most capable characters I've ever seen. And it's a shame that, I mean, in my mind, I want him to rescue everyone because I do like those characters he's with. And all those actors, phenomenal performances. I don't think there's one really bad performance out of them. It's fantastic.
Even the annoying guy, Flannery, is great. Like, that guy.
I mean, the thing is, they all make sense and they're all very believable in that setting. It feels like you're getting like a full group of people with their own personalities. And by the way, one of my favorite parts toward the end is when he does start opening up the wallets and he's seeing their lives for the first time, essentially outside of like, you know, this snowbound hellhole. And
it almost gives purpose to why they kept the wallets in the first place, because that shit's not going to make it back to the families. You know, he was like the last person to be basically observing their lives and you know, giving credence to the fact that they did have pictures of their family in the wallets and they had their IDs, and he was like the last observer to their lives.
But again, just like
them like a rock cairn, almost like a, you know, a symbol of like, here's where everyone died.
Right. Feels like a sacred, like a sacred thing, like a marker. I was gonna say too, Mark, just like you said, like how the interesting flip happens right with Frank Grillo, where he's like fighting and then he like just accepts death. There's an interesting bit with the wallets too, because the first fight that happens with the men is about a wallet, and then at the end the wallet becomes this like sweet symbol. It was just like a really cool like twist on Joe Carnahan's part. I don't know. This is just like a very like, this is a fucking quality movie. Like, look, I like Joe Carnahan's movies,
underrated, by the way, and it's probably I would say in terms of cinema history will probably be his best work.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree, and you know, I feel like it actually took the elements of a couple other Snowbound cinema movies that I like, but not as much. And it felt like Alive, the movie Alive from the early 90s.
Great fucking movie, which they reference in this movie.
Great. They do. Yep. They talk about the cannibalism that they had to resort to in Alive. And you know, Alive starts the same way, basically, crash into a snowy mountain area. But and then also I felt like it had elements of The Edge a little bit with
love The Edge.
Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins. I love that shit.
Especially with the torches. Anytime I see men with torches in the snow, I think what one man can do, another can do.
And those were both on my short list for Snowbound Cinema. But then when I saw The Gray, I thought you guys liked Joe Carnahan. I feel like we have maybe said a positive thing about him before. And I agree. I think, Mark, you said this earlier. This is Liam Neeson's best performance. Maybe not the movie with him that I'll watch the most, but it's his best performance. It's really emotionally deep when the trailer makes it look like he's just this badass operator, but really he's like the emotional center of the whole fucking movie, and he's great at it. So
pretty much his only real badass scene is the end. You know,
Yeah.
that's the first time.
he smashes those bottles
To
on the
be
ground
honest,
and
when I
tapes them.
did first see
Love
it,
that
I was
shit.
like, this is the moment the audience has been waiting for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it cut to black, and I was like,
Yeah.
shit. Fuck.
Dude,
I
my
really wanna
audience
see him, like,
actually
deck
did.
that fucking
My
wolf.
audience had a moment like that. I remember in the theater, they were mad when it cut to black. I remember that. It was like the same thing at the end of Inception when the fucking top kept going. Same thing.
Oh,
My
yeah.
audience was like, oh, what the fuck? I remember it was that and the gray.
Everybody's walking out like, is he dreaming?
Everybody's
or
all
not? Is he
pissed off
dreaming or
now
not?
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, can I just say one thing? The first time I saw this, I saw it in Singapore, and I was running late, and I missed the suicide scene at the beginning where he's sticking the gun in his mouth.
Yeah.
So on my second viewing, I was like, I actually preferred it when I
Without
didn't
seeing
see that. I loved it when it was just them getting on the plane, the crash happens, and then
Sure.
things are slowly revealed that way. And just like his suicide story is revealed, it happens later, just like his wife. And I was like, wow, this is great. And then I saw it the second time, and it had that scene at the beginning. I was like, it's kind of, to me, this is just me personally, I was like, it kind of ruins it, because it's like, you know, he's going through that already. It's kind of cool because he's hidden it so well, if it actually remains hidden for the audience too.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
that was
Well, I feel like-
Did it feel like
my
when
own
you
little-
watch a movie that has an extended scene and you're like, God damn it, this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't need
felt
that.
like
well, the
other
funny
all of a
thing is,
sudden.
I had recommended it to my cousin, so I went to see it with her, and then it had that suicide scene at the beginning. But because of that does make it weighs the film down slightly, in my opinion, because now you're dealing with a very heavy topic straight
Yes.
from the get-go. Rather, I think I prefer the heaviest moment to be him ushering that guy into death. I think that's like such a good moment.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, I did see this once on an airplane, and that airplane crash scene is the worst thing to
Was
watch.
it intact on the plane? Because usually if there's plane shit in a movie on a plane, they'll cut it.
I think
Oh,
they
really?
left this one is because it's so first person, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're not really seeing stuff. You're just seeing those like quick that
Yep. I
From
remember
those
I was on a
loud sound
flight
effects.
and they literally had the movie Flight with Denzel, whose whole centerpiece of that movie is one of the most fucking horrid things. It's like
Yeah.
plane like inverting, right?
Upside down. Yeah.
And I
love
remember
that shit,
being
though.
like, I'm tempted to see if they cut that out of the movie. Is the movie fucking 15 minutes long on this
It would
Delta
ruin the
Airlines
whole
flight?
movie.
Yeah, like they're like,
just
it's just
Denzel
it's a
drinking in
movie
a
about
bed.
Denzel. Yeah, exactly. Just doing something. So
They play that
Alright,
Flight
guys.
93 movie, and it has nothing in
Yep.
it.
I will say
it's just a
one-
bunch of people rushing out. Like you're like, from what to do
It's
what?
just them going on the plane, and then it goes
Yeah.
credits.
So are just a bunch of mean people got on a plane? That's it? That's the
Yeah.
movie?
That's the whole story.
So guys, where would you rate this in our snowy scale? Again, so keep in mind the gray takes place in, I don't know, do we ever know where we are? We're just in the Arctic wilderness. I think it's
guess
like
I was
Alaska.
thinking it was like
Well, I
kind
think
of
they're
more
still in
Alaska,
Alaska,
Yeah.
but it's like
Yes.
the bush, you know,
There
it's
you
like
go.
the wild of Alaska.
So is it
yeah.
which
is all
is
of
it
Alaska.
is it snowing?
Basically.
Snowing in my neighborhood.
Is it snowing in my neighborhood? Is it
Yeah, that was
I'm
quite
gonna
a
go.
blizzard.
I'll go to the
Blizzard.
top.
are you going right for
Snowmageddon.
are we calling the gray a snowmageddon just right off the bat, dude?
That's my vote.
Fuck.
I would
Mark?
say
Snowmageddon?
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to go against the
Snowmageddon.
grain here. But the gray,
By the way-
Snowbound Cinema, we rate it.
Snowmageddon.
We rated a Snowmageddon on the snow scale.
If you guys like this movie, I highly recommend Arctic with Mads Mikkelsen. That is I was actually going to select that one, but I felt as though it would be too much survival.
Mm.
But
Can
if
never
you
have too much
guys
survival.
love that type of, that's one of my favorites actually, Arctic. So
I've
I-
never
I'm-
seen that, and I'm into survival
It's fantastic.
thrillers like this too. So I'll have to check that out. And I love Mads Mikkelsen; he's great.
I
Oh,
love
you
that you
can
brought up
pretty
the
much
Edge
watch them
too,
all.
Tommy, because I was going to do the Edge, but I didn't, Mark, deliberately, because that's one of those Hall of Fame Matt and Mark movies that, like, if I would have brought that to this show, That's the reason we've not done an Edge episode, people, is that it's just going to be 30 minutes of me and Mark quoting that movie. That's it. That's all it is, because we love that movie.
Else.
I did it. I fucking did it already in this review. I'm killing the motherfucker. Like, we're going to talk about Bart the Bear. We get obsessed with the Edge. That's the reason I deliberately didn't bring the Edge. Because I was like, it's going to fucking derail the whole goddamn show.
Yeah.
And it still has. To
It still has. Exactly.
Look at us now. Here we
You
are.
had one fucking job, Matt. Okay, so before we move on to our next movie, you know what we got to do? We got to watch another. It's a grab bag, people. We got to watch another old commercial. Let's see. I have a few of these queued up. I don't remember what this one is. Let's see what it is.
Hey, look what one of those kids gave me. I see you eat the cream first.
Yeah, ever since I was a little kid, I'd eat the cream and leave the rest for Santa.
I know.
Jesus.
Gross.
I miss the cream.
What? Was that guy molested by Santa?
Guys, I don't know what's worse. All right, the implication of that, or that Santa missed the cream. You know what I mean?
Well, at least it was mutual.
And the look he gave him when he said he missed the cream, it wasn't just like didn't seem like this was just about Oreos.
It wasn't the Oreo cream.
He's
and
like,
I don't remember that.
Oh, I know, Stu. I remember very well.
That's why you're getting a chunk of coal this year.
Yeah,
You give me the cream.
That's why you're working as a
damn it.
fake Santa and I'm the real guy, motherfucker. Enjoy the
There you
mall,
go.
bitch.
That, by the way, people at home who can't see, that commercial was for Oreo.
By the way, that commercial was so old, it looked like the Lego version.
It did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like Minecraft.
It was like all
many
8-bit.
blocks.
Very
Yeah.
pixelated.
Did
and I
Michelle
don't remember
Gondry
that.
direct this?
Do you guys remember that one? That's the first time I think.
No,
for
I
me
have not.
seeing
I
that.
don't remember that one. You know, when it comes to Christmas commercials and songs, I remember two very clearly. I remember Fruity Pebbles, ho ho ho, I'm hungry. I remember that,
Okay.
and
That
I
guy
remember
was Santa's hoe.
and I remember the Coca-Cola one. You remember Santa
polar
Claus is
bear?
coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa packs are coming. You know what I'm talking about?
Santa was coming in that other one.
Santa
too.
is coming. Basically, these are all about Santa ejaculating. You know, guys, know what I'm talking about?
Santa
Wait.
always gets his. Always.
Santa gets his. Wait,
But I do remember that Coca-Cola one because it would play all the fucking time.
Dude,
You
that's
could
what I'm
not
saying. There was
escape
like
that one.
I
Here we
might
go.
have to, I might have to see that one.
Ooh,
Here we go, dude.
Blockbuster.
Here we
Yeah, I
go.
remember this.
This is it.
Those crazy big rigs.
Dude, I'll just say sometimes this song still gets stuck in my head. Like I'll be in the shower and just know that I'm showering and I'm thinking of this. Okay.
Are you also thinking of Santa?
Yep.
In the shower.
I'm like that guy missed the cream. You know what I mean?
That guy's coming.
I'm
And
gonna
I'm
make
gonna
some cream in the shower.
I'm gonna give it to him.
They're saying coming a lot.
That's right. Coming to your town, Bart.
Brazzers.
You've been naughty.
I like that Tommy.
He did the Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Well, these are literally Santa semis. So Santa has a semi. There it goes.
In reality, those people would be yelling at those.
Yeah, they'd be so pissed.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
come on. I'm late to get to grandma's house. Get the fuck out of the way, you convoy of trucks. How much coke do we need in this
Fucking
town?
cum convoy, get out
Yeah,
of here!
get out of here. We're missing the cream.
You need
Hey.
to have went and stop coming and went. Get out of here. Sorry, Mark. I didn't see you drinking, man. I
I
didn't see the
shouldn't
drink.
have taken a sip in the middle of that.
Our next movie, there's no way to segue from that. Our next movie is my pick. I actually chose Vertical Limit. And I'm going to just tell you guys why I chose Vertical Limit, besides the fact that I think it is a fucking kick-ass
Amazing.
action movie.
It's fun as
And
hell,
I love
yeah.
Martin Campbell. It is because this movie I have a weird connection with. This movie is weirdly tied to my wedding. I don't know why. It just happened to be a random movie. Yeah, Mark, I've told you the story. Where Jess and I were making like party favors for our wedding reception. And the movie that we were watching while we were doing this randomly was Vertical Limit. So I actually can chart my anniversary by how many times I've seen Vertical Limit. So Vertical Limit.
I'm sure your wife loves
Jess
that.
loves that. She's like, my whole life revolves around
Babe,
movies.
it's our
and this
movie,
asshole
Vertical Limit.
chose Vertical Limit. You could have chosen any other film. Yeah, so this movie has a special kind of connection, a weird random connection. So I'm instantly kind of protective of this movie because of that reason.
Was that the first time you saw it, by the way?
That was
Or
the
had
very
you
first
seen-
time. That was the very first time because I missed it
For some
initially
reason,
when it
I
was
don't
in
know why.
theaters.
I thought you had seen this in the theater when it
No.
first came out.
I wish I had seen this in the theaters because I fucking love Martin Campbell. And this is, by the way, I will just
His
do this.
best film.
It's one of his best, but this is when he's coming off his fucking streak of GoldenEye, Mask of Zorro into Vertical Limit. It is awesome. And you could see people from both of those movies turn up. Like the girl from GoldenEye is, Boys with Toys. She's the like nurse lady that's in this. You can also see the guy from No Escape, another Martin Campbell film, and the bad guy from Lethal Weapon 3. He's the dad in the very beginning of Vertical Limit who tells Chris O'Donnell to cut the rope. And also, there's a fucking stacked cast of awesome people in this movie. Bill Paxton is in it. In his heyday, Bill Paxton was very into playing slimy dudes, as my wife likes to say, like the guy in True Lies, like his character in Predator 2.
Yeah,
he played a good sleazeball. That was just
Yes.
Yep.
That's the perfect word for it.
Nice one, Tommy.
And also that random
minds,
guy,
bro. Great
random
minds.
guy is in this that looks like Michael Bay, but he's not Michael Bay.
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Longmire, the fucking guy that plays Longmire.
Yes,
right?
dude. He's
You know,
also
is that the
guy
one
from
of the
The
people.
Matrix?
He's yes,
Yes, he's
and
one
he's
of
also in the Meg.
agents.
He's also in the Meg. He's the guy who has a past with Jonas. How dare you,
Dude, that guy
Jonas.
has the weirdest career. He's like in one of the greatest sci-fis, then some weird Western. Like he's playing a sheriff all of a sudden.
And it's funny in the Western because obviously I think he's like in Wyoming. So he has like a out West country accent. And then people are, they see him in other movies and they're like, what? And it's like, yeah, no, this dude's he's an Aussie. But I will say this, don't be mad at me, Matt. I love the cast for the most part. I love Scott Glenn in almost anything.
He's fucking awesome.
I thought
his intro's the best.
The two leads, though, were the poorest of the cast choices.
Excuse
in my
me?
opinion. Chris O'Donnell and
How fucking dare you, Tommy?
I know.
I love
I know.
Chris O'Donnell.
Do you really? I hope. Well,
It's
to
Batman
each their own.
forever.
To each their own. It's ever since.
Yeah,
he
does
did the
he get a
laundry.
pass because he's Robin? Does he get a pass?
I mean, I kept seeing. I'm
Dude,
like, Robin's
his fucking
climbing a mountain.
family's always falling off a shit and splatting.
Yes,
What
I
the
was
fuck
gonna
is
literally
up with
make that same joke.
He's had a.
He's always
traumatic
watching his
career.
family fall down shit.
And Robin Tunney is okay, I guess, but just neither of. So I'm a big fan of climbing, like actual stories of real climbing incidents and movies they've made about climbing disasters, like Everest and stuff like that.
Oh, Everest
and
is good.
Yeah, that is
Everest is good. And I actually read that book, Into Thin Air by John Krakauer, and it's chilling. It's fucking literally like it made me become obsessed with Mount Everest and with huge mountains at a point in my life when I was too out of shape and old to climb them. So now I enjoy them vicariously. But that being said, these elite climbers in the world, they kind of have a look about them. And for me, like Scott Glenn in the movies got the look. But
They
Chris
look like leather
O'Donnell,
bags with hair.
yeah, and like missing toes from frostbite. And like,
I love that.
But other than that, though, I thought that the secondary casting was great. You actually get a super early screen role from Ben Mendelsohn. He's one of the
Oh, that's right.
Aussie
Yeah.
brothers.
Yes.
And then I'm
It's like
probably
then he was like every villain of the
Yeah.
2000s.
I was like, is this the first nice person that Ben Mendelsohn has ever played?
probably like the first and only.
and he's young. That was crazy when
super
I
fucking
first saw him. I was
young,
like,
yeah.
holy
Yes.
shit.
And then you
By
get Tamora Morrison, who obviously
Yes.
Jango
Boba Fett.
Yeah. So that was, Boba Fett.
It's
not
got a
Jango.
really stacked cast though. Like
Yeah.
especially even back in the day, those were like big names. Like Chris O'Donnell was pretty big. By the
Yeah.
way, did
Oh,
you
at the
ever
time,
see
yeah, he was
Touching the
huge.
Void, by the way?
Yes, that's a
Buddy?
fucking solid
That's another
movie.
good
The
one.
reason I didn't pick that one, by the way, was because I was like, that's based on a real thing that happened to a guy. I can't sit here and make jokes about it. I will
Right.
pick Vertical Limit.
It's
A
been a
little
long
more
time you can make
serious.
jokes about it. By the way, speaking of cut, I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny if like in these movies where they're like, you gotta cut the rope, and he's like, I'll cut it, and the guy just, instead of, because he has to kill himself, he just cuts his own throat and just hangs on the rope.
He's like, now you gotta
weighs them down anyway. Fuck it. Dude, speaking of that
but
scene,
it's like that moving music.
But just like The Gray, right? There's a great reprisal of that scene, the cut the rope, where at the end, I love it because it's done wordlessly. Where Scott Glenn, it's like three things in one. It's like, we're getting the payoff for Chris O'Donnell's character to have to make the choice again. Then the movie kind of excuses him and doesn't have to have him make the choice. Scott Glenn's doing it out of revenge to kill Bill Paxton for killing his wife. And
really
it's
wish
badass.
he just cut off Bill Paxton, though. It's like, seriously?
He just
you don't want to
chops
at
his
least
hand off?
Try to cut him off first? He's a big guy.
Yeah,
also,
I knew
the way,
the minute he found his wife, I was like, it's over. He wants to go. He wants to punch out.
Hey, it's just like, do you think Joe Carnahan watched Vertical Limit? There's a lot of parallels.
Yeah,
also,
there is.
the other thing too is like, there's also that great overhead shot of, you know, snow drifts collapsing over the edge.
Yeah, that's awesome. And really, a lot of the climbing sequences and the mountain sequences, they look great. I think
some very real. A lot of
some climbers. I think some like real life climbers have levied some pretty heavy criticism towards the movie as far as like the technical shit.
It's an action movie, people.
Like,
come on.
Climbers are these like weird sociopaths. Like, who gives a shit? This is like
they're
a
in
fun
their own
movie.
world. They're in their own world.
Dude. This is a fun action movie, man.
Yeah,
this is
and
not
the
the
shots are
accurate
great.
climb 1-to-1 A24 climbing movie. This is Martin Campbell. Like, he can't just land a helicopter on the cliffside. It's a fucking whole sequence. That fucking sequence is amazing.
By the way, this movie, the effects, because I actually rewatched it with my brother when he was here, and we were both on the edge of our seats, like, holy shit, some of this stuff is fucking insane.
And it aged
to a
well.
degree where you
Still
don't
looks
see
good.
it today. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the stupidity, and it's stupid, but I say that as a compliment. The stupidity of the nitroglycerin, and even the fact when they're like, you gotta get the nitroglycerin out of the fucking sun. Get it out of the sun.
They
like
went all sorcerer.
Yes. Like the way that was found out, by the way, in the movie, if you've never seen it, is there's a scene with like a Pakistani general, like, I'm gonna have some tea. And he lifts his tea, and then he gets blown the fuck out of his cap. Yeah.
And
I started
doesn't
laughing.
that
I was
make
like,
you wonder?
that's how Martin Campbell introduces that concept to you as a viewer. This fucking guy got blown up. Okay, it can't be in the sun.
Yeah, there's no subtlety at all. Like literally, and then
that's
the
awesome.
first scene with the nitro, the guy gets it on his boot, and they treat his boot like it's got
That
fucking
is fucking
stars.
hilarious.
And
But
then,
wait,
you know,
if it is it supposed to be nitroglycerin or not? Because nitroglycerin is also used for like people with heart conditions, but if you get some on your hand, it like accelerates your heart rate to this insane degree. It's actually very
and I think
dangerous.
it's like a heavy metal, like mercury. Like it's not supposed to touch your
That would be
skin at
awesome if
all.
like a fucking I could see an old ass kung fu movie doing that where like a guy dips his hand in nitroglycerin and like slaps guys and like they explode. That'd be
Has
fucking
an iron
awesome.
hand.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, so anyway, I'll let these guys talk a little more about the movie, but I love it. I think it's one of my favorite Martin Campbell movies, but it's just a fucking excellent crowd pleaser action movie where there is barely any downtime. Like I always forget
in this movie.
Yes, it's loaded with fucking heart-pounding thrills. I know I sound like the outside of a Blockbuster box, but that's the way it sounds. Like there's nothing but heart-pounding thrills every 5 minutes. Even the so-called quiet moments. Even when Scott Glenn finds his wife. Even when you're in the cave with Robin Tooney and Bill Paxton, your heart is always in your throat because the movie just never lets up.
There's always
phenomenal.
some level of suspense going on, regardless of what the scene is.
Exactly,
it's
right.
crazy. It's not only is he. This movie does so much stuff too, because it's like not only are they trapped with this guy, but he's killed people previous this way,
Right.
and
Exactly.
he killed that guy's wife. So
Right.
much stuff
It
is
just
connected.
gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Like and similar to the last movie we talked about, to The Gray, everybody is dealing with multiple things trying to kill them, right? Like the elements are still a factor for anybody that gets up above 25,000 feet, I think is like
and
the death zone.
Edema, which I swear was like the name of a Tool album. Wasn't Edema
is.
the name of
It
a Tool
is,
album?
actually, yeah, it is.
Every
but
time I
yeah.
hear that, I'm like, Tool?
That was a very 2000s
Thank
episode.
you. Thank you. Very appropriate. Thank you. I'll take my Josh Hartnett haircut to go. Bye.
It is cool that they talked about that.
Matt, your
though,
teeth
because-
start to develop a
Yep,
gap.
I get a gap. Ow! Ow! Where's fucking Dawson's Creek? Help! That's what I need.
Where's Pacey and Joey?
Yeah, I need Pacey and Joey.
And yeah, I just think obviously, you know, the people have to watch out for each other as far as, you know, whether it's a dumb Aussie dropping his nitro down the side of the mountain or Bill Paxton trying to kill everybody.
By the way,
to survive.
wasn't that scene nuts when the fucking thing dropped and that huge explosion goes off?
The explosions are
like he thought he was good.
God, dude, don't you miss the days of
these are the
real
greatest
pyro,
explosions.
real explosions? They look so goddamn good, man. Even
were
the
actually-
tiniest explosion, like, you know, they were like not planning for it to be that big because the camera's not even framed correctly. It just engulfs the frame. It's awesome.
I think, but the thing is, like, these movies, like, don't they make you? Maybe it's because we've seen so many CG explosions, but when you watch these old movies, like I think I mentioned Sorcerer before, when you see these explosions, it almost feels like people have died.
Yes,
because they're
like,
so
like someone
huge.
like
someone
cast and
lived
crew.
there
You mean
and
like
actually-
the camera op in a first AD is like scorched.
It's like I'm waiting for the next shot where all these people have like no eyebrows or eyelashes because they've all been like scorched.
That
off
would be
their
a great
faces.
gag in like a Mel Brooks movie. You cut every subsequent scene; they don't have any eyebrows anymore. That's
just
amazing.
like an ashy body outline against the snow. Like this person
dude.
was disintegrated.
By the way, as kids, were you guys afraid of falling into a crevasse?
Oh yeah,
No,
dude. Like
I live down south. We don't have crevasse. I was more afraid of getting bitten by a gator.
I mean, it's not an active fear, but I guess when I entertain the thoughts in my head of like, what would it be like to go and climb Everest, climb K2? That to me is one of the scariest parts of the whole climb, is passing through any of those crevasse fields where literally and in real life they would not send anybody to save you. You'd be fucking
You'd be done.
They'd be
In
like,
fact,
peace
by the way,
out.
that was the worst rescue mission ever because most of the people died.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was calculating the lives lost and the lives saved, and I was like, this is totally not.
And he
fucking
keeps
worth
risking
it.
more and more lives every time. Yeah. It
Well,
really
and
is. One guy has it right.
It's
He's
the
like,
worst
why would
rescue
we?
movie ever?
Isn't it the real life climber guy that's like, why would you risk the lives of 10 people for 3 fucking
By the way,
people?
Ed
I
Boosters.
fucking love
Yes.
that they have these real climbers that can't act just to give the movie
Just to give 'em-
clout.
yeah.
That shit
With,
is
like,
hilarious.
general audiences who
can't
don't
do
know who that
it's
is.
dangerous.
General audiences have no fucking clue who that guy is. They can just
Oh,
tell
no.
they're supposed to know who he is. They're like, oh, they're giving this guy a lot of screen time and he can't act. He must be like the president of the climbers or something.
I mean, even the way Bill Paxton introduces him, he's like, I don't need to introduce this guy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that
He's
was
been-
like,
Because he didn't
just
fucking know who he was.
you should know who he is, you know.
You guys know him from his cover on Sports Illustrated. He just keeps giving you some facts, some tertiary facts. I saw
he was
this
on-
guy in my hotel room when I went to check out. They
He
got
was
his poster.
interviewed in Backpacker magazine.
In the recent Sky Mall, they had a picture of this guy with some ropes, and I gotta think he's probably a climber.
Legendary by the look of them ropes over there.
Wait a minute. We did breeze over it before. I want to weigh in on the Chris O'Donnell debate. Okay. Tommy is a no on Chris O'Donnell. Mark, I
Yeah.
can't tell if he's being
I'm a
ironic. Is a
definite.
yes for
I
Chris
fucking
O'Donnell?
love that. No, I like him. He's like he does a good job as that character.
Tommy, you're
playing
our
that
guest.
role.
I don't want to gang up on you, but I have to side with Mark here. I have to give Robin a pass. I give Robin a pass. I'm not saying he's awesome, but I do get psyched when I see him because I'm like, hey, it's Robin.
Dude,
all
I'm
right.
sorry. All I needed to see was him. I know it's the fucking stunt double, but when he runs,
Yes,
and
with the two
jumps,
To jump
axes.
across that gap.
dude,
Yeah.
that is one of the coolest. I believe this movie bombed, right?
It
I think
did
so.
middling. It didn't bomb.
But
it
I
just
just,
did
I
middling.
remember seeing that scene. I was like, how the fuck did this movie do so poorly if you have these amazing action sequences?
That's how
It's like-
greedy we were with blockbusters and huge entertainment movies at the time.
Well, and it
we
was
just didn't need to
2000.
go see this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we had just come off The Matrix and shit. Like, general audiences were like, a mountain? Who cares?
Yeah.
Bill Paxton, who gives a shit? I've been to The Matrix, bitch. I
I
don't
want to
care.
know if I want to know if I'm real or not. I don't care.
Yeah,
about
dude,
it.
they had real shit on their mind. They weren't worried about fucking mountains and stuff. That's what happened. But I will say,
this.
Chris O'Donnell, I think, is a good leading man in this, and I do think it's purely nostalgia. I give him a pass because he's Robin. Like,
So do you like him as Robin then?
I do like him as Robin.
He's not
I
bad.
like him a
He's
lot.
annoying as fuck, though.
I never liked him
Yes.
as Robin, and I feel like and I'm glad you said that, Mark. He is annoying as fuck as Robin, right? I couldn't not see that in the movie when he was so persistent, when he was like, we're going to go save my sister Annie. And like, I don't care what you say, we're going to go.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
super,
Robin won't shut up right now,
That's what his wheelhouse
That's what he is. Yep.
You know?
Exactly right.
Liam Neeson's the quiet, tough guy. Chris O'Donnell is the annoying guy that kills people.
Yep.
Fair enough. But let me then pose this last question.
If you watch if you watch The Gray and Vertical Limit back to back like I did, Mark, in your mind, were you inevitably comparing the run and jump across? Like I was thinking about the guy in The Gray who runs to jump across to the trees,
tree line,
and Robin hoofing it with the ice axes to go. And I was like, who did it better?
Oh,
you know what?
Chris O'Donnell for sure. That guy hit
Robin
every fucking
way
branch going down. That one dude, and he fucking died and got eaten. That guy lost.
Oh yeah,
and he lost his life.
Chris
O'Donnell lived to be in CSI or whatever the fuck.
So this is why we love the grab bag, people.
When I saw Chris O'Donnell running with the axes, it actually reminded me of Terminator 2. Robert Patrick chasing after the fucking car,
where he's slicing the air.
That's what I got from it.
If you have two hook objects in your hand and you're running in a movie, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
You're gonna be great. Yeah, you're basically setting yourself and the audience up for success at that point. Yeah. So guys, it seems like we're rounding third here. Let me go ahead and remind the people at home again. So let's rate Vertical Limit on our snowy scale. Is it
It's snowing in my neighborhood.
Is it snowing? I think it goes up a little higher. Is it?
Yeah, that was quite a blizzard.
It's quite a blizzard. Or is it?
Snowmageddon.
Are we gonna have
I'm gonna go with
in a row? Mark's going Snowmageddon.
I'm going Snowmageddon. I don't care.
I mean, I don't want to buck the average, so I'm between Snowmageddon and Blizzard Action. I think because I'm such a nerd about some of
it's
the
a gray
stuff,
area.
I'm in the gray. I'm in the gray, so I can go with y'all, and I'll say Snowmageddon to not upset the herd.
Well, there's no way that I'm not gonna give my own pick a Snowmageddon. So guys, Vertical Limit.
Don't worry, we're not gonna feed you to the wolf, Tommy.
This is officially a Snowmageddon, dude.
I got Liam Neeson on my
in a
side.
row.
Oh no,
Mark! Before we get to Mark's pick, let's have one more cuddly Christmas commercial. I don't know if it's cuddly. I don't know why I said that.
I want it.
With how much more sexual innuendo can we draw from these?
Stuff
more than their stuff. Here we go.
This holiday season, stuff more than their stockings with Applebee's gift certificates. No
I
matter
do not
which
remember this
denomination
one.
you choose,
That food doesn't even look good.
Dude, if you give me a gift certificate to Applebee's, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, go.
I hate Applebee's.
This
Christmas
looks like
is canceled.
garbage I would make.
atmosphere that's sure to satisfy everyone on your
Well, in
gift
that case, it looks delicious, Mark.
Applebee's gift
Thank you,
certificates.
Dude, I remember the only good gift certificates that I got as a kid were I used to get McDonald's bucks.
Yeah,
Remember
the
those?
5-pack.
You get the pack of the bucks. Yeah, the McDonald's bucks. And it was legit, man. Like I would have a fucking toy in my hand, okay? A toy. Let's say it was like a fucking real Ghostbusters toy. Some shit I loved, okay? And then like if my grandpa or somebody fucking was like laid on some fucking McDonald's bucks in my hand, like Happy Holidays kid, I would drop that fucking toy because I'd be
like,
so excited. I'm like, look at this currency. I got Ronald McDonald on a piece of paper.
Did you ever leaf it?
Get a
Did you ever
Big Mac.
flip through it like you were a baller? Like
Hell yeah.
leaf through
dude,
it? Me
at
too.
one time, I was like smack dab, dude, because I got McDonald's bucks from like 3 different relatives. I was like the P. Diddy of McDonald's bucks. Like I just had like this fat stack.
Like making it rain.
Hell yeah. And I walked in and I was like, this is my town now. My hood.
McDonald's.
Notice these piece of
I want
shit
2 number
corporations
2s.
were so much more fun back in the day too. Now we get shit.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we get any good Christmas commercials anymore? We don't. Oh, they're all. You know what it is? Everybody's doing the emotional commercial now. Which, by the way, fuck that. I hate that trend. Stop toying with our I don't need an Amazon.
Everyone
to teach
should
me,
be crying.
Yeah, I don't need Amazon to teach me how to care about my family during the holidays. Like, get fucked. Like,
And who's buying a fucking Lincoln Navigator for everyone in their family for Christmas? That's
Oh my
another
god,
thing.
that
know?
Tommy and Lexus. I was like, shit, I gotta
Yes.
buy
Ugh.
Matching
someone a
Lexuses.
fucking car.
Mark, you
I
got to
can't-
buy your
Lexi.
mom a Lexus, or you don't care about her. That is what Matthew McConaughey is telling you.
Yeah, but you also got to get it for your siblings and your in-laws. And then you can all race to the cabin.
And
for
Mark, you got to
Christmas morning.
pony up for that giant bow. That's like an extra $2,000. They milk that because they know. They're like, oh, you want that bow, don't you? That's $2,000, bitch.
It's not a gift without the bow.
That's right.
Then it's just a car payment.
Can I pay you with old McDonald's dollars? No. On second thought, yes.
Yes, I will take those. I miss those.
That's a valuable currency.
I got $2,000 worth. It's like as wide as one of your cars.
This is better than $1,000 bill. This one has the McBurglar or the fucking McBurglar. The Hamburglar. Who's the McBurglar, bro? You know what it was? My brain thought Mayor McCheese and thought Hamburglar and went McBurglar.
Because clearly we know who the Hamburglar is. We're 80s babies. We know who this guy is. You know, that one, I don't remember the Applebee's one. I didn't
realize they were around in the 90s, to be honest.
No.
Yes, good call. Yes.
I think the first Applebee's commercials I remember were like the eating good in the neighborhood type shit. So,
dude, yeah. I wonder, did McDonald's ever make a McDonald's Bucks? Oh, fuck yeah. Wait, let's watch it real quick, dude.
I hope so.
Because that's what it was. I wanted to.
Me so hungry.
I know. But here it is, dude. McDonald's Fun Bucks.
God damn it.
Taste of the fun at McDonald's.
So bad.
Fuck yes.
McDonald's Great America Fun Buck. Free when you purchase any of McDonald's great values. From our grade A Egg McMuffin and our delicious Quarter Pounder sandwich to Golden Chicken McNuggets and our beefy Big Mac sandwich. Every Fun Buck is good for $1 of fun here at Great America. Collect Fun Bucks and save up to $12. Now that's a Great America deal.
And a great American meal.
Great America!
Dude, there's so much stimulation for a kid in this commercial. The food, the roller coaster, the fucking Christmas
seemed like
stuff.
Also a better time. Doesn't it look like back in the day was much better? Look at how everyone's happy and shit.
Don't leave out the unbroken eye contact from a positive role male model. They give you a dad's love that you will never get from your real dad in this commercial. The dad is like, I love you, son.
That's a real dad.
Thank God, a real dad. That's what happens. By the way, the McDonald's Christmas ones, the Christmas Bucks, they weren't Fun Bucks. They had like fucking fancy Christmas foil on them. They looked amazing. They had a Santa on the front and shit. Sometimes Ronald McDonald would pop up in the margins, like fucking doing some shit. You'd be like, look at this dollar.
It seems like all the mega corporations it's just such a generic holiday now that it's totally unfun.
Yes, dude. Well, they've sapped the fun out of it.
Instead of being like, hey kids, isn't this cool? They're like, it's almost like in They Live, it's like subliminal now. They're like, spend, you know? And that's why every fucking commercial is just over the top, like buy Jeeps for everybody. Get all this shit on Amazon Prime, you know?
I love you, son. What did you get me? A Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
This Jeep can drive on a mountain. Cherokee. It can back up right to the edge. Have you seen that commercial where all the Jeeps back up right to the edge?
No. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like no, it's brand new. Every time I put Peacock on, there's a fucking commercial. Every time we're watching it, my wife is like, I hate this fucking commercial. The Jeeps are on the top of the mountain and they're like backing up to show you the rear camera capability and like the tightness of the suspension and shit. And it's like about to go over the edge and the Jeep stops at like the perfect point. They're like,
any car can do that, which is the funny part.
Yep.
You can stop any car at an edge, even without a camera.
Do you hear they make Jeeps that stop now when you want them to? Like they don't go. They don't continue.
Did you buy me one of them fancy stopping Jeeps, Dad? I bought you one of the fancy stopping Jeeps.
Like
Stops
on
a
Land
dime.
Rover, you'd be dead right now. But luckily, you're in a Jeep and you can stop.
By the way, all the Land Rover ads are like, this one fits 8 people. Like, I don't even have one friend near me. What the fuck am I going to do with 8 seats?
I'm not driving 8 people around. Get the fuck out. What am I, a fucking hotelier? I'm driving you guys around.
They're like, you know, when you're driving a pack
Uber
of people
Black,
through the
where they have the bigger truck or something.
Uber Black is fucking pricey. Uber Black is like $280 just to go somewhere dumb. Like, hey, you want to go to Applebee's? It's $300.
We know you can't afford the ride because you're going to Applebee's, so we're gonna need you to pay up front.
Speaking of things happening in mysterious, expensive cars, let's get to our next film. 2014's Black Coal Thin Ice. This was selected by Mark. Mark, I will let you take it away. Mark, why did you pick this? Why did you pick this for Snowbound Cinema?
Well, first of all, since most people don't know, I'm actually half Asian. So I thought I'd introduce you guys to something from half of my culture. This is something my mom and I would always go to the Asian Film Festival in New York City. And this is something I watched there and I really enjoyed it. It was just a weird mystery. It doesn't have like normal structure and it almost feels like you're just watching events unfold rather than it having like beginning, middle, end, and you're just experiencing it through the lens of these characters. and so many odd, weird things happen in this movie. One of my favorite scenes, unfortunately, the trailer spoiled it, so I hope you guys didn't watch the trailer, but when they're in the hairdresser and the gun drops out of the jacket and that guy just fucking wastes everyone.
All
There's
hell
some
breaks loose.
really crazy scenes. Also, my favorite scene too was like, and I think I freaked Matt out, but that transition to it going into a snowscape and time has gone past. He's a drunk. He's just like passed out.
Wait, I gotta talk about that really quick. So
it's one of the coolest transitions I've
regular
seen
listeners know that we did not have a good Nicolas Cage grab bag. Mark picked Leaving Las Vegas because he thought it was going to be like this heavy Nicolas Cage movie, and it was like the heaviest shit ever. And
it's like
so
the saddest movie
it's
ever.
become a shorthand now where I'm like, is Mark Nick Caging me every time he has to pick something? And when I was like, okay guys, we're gonna do Snowbound Cinema, we're making our picks, and Mark picked this, I was like, okay, it's got ice in the title, sure. Okay, I'm watching the movie. The first 10 minutes go by and I'm like, where's the fucking snow? Where's anything? Not only that, this is like a hot movie. Like, all these people are sweating. They're in like fucking unbuttoned like business shirts. Like, it's clearly like a super hot, humid climate. And I was like, did this motherfucker Nick Cage me again? And then thank God at the 20-minute mark, dude, I paused it and I texted Mark and I was like, dude, did you fucking Nick Cage me again, bro? Where is the snow in Black Hole Thin Ice? And he's like, relax, chill out, it's coming. And literally the next second, the movie ushers you in with this great transition where it's like, haha, fucker, it's cold. And now, since you've spent the 20 minutes in the hot, humid climate of wherever they are, right? Are they in China, Hong Kong? One of those.
Yeah, I think they're up more in like that almost Siberian region.
Okay, yeah.
It's very similar to The Gray. It's just this uncomfortable landscape where you're just like, why the fuck do people work here?
Well, because you're in that for the first 20 minutes. When you get to the snow, dude, then you feel the cold. Like, I think more than anything, you're like,
for the rest of the movie.
By the way, that's why another reason I chose this movie. It's one of the few movies where visually you just feel uncomfortably cold.
Right.
Yes.
And I think the tone of the movie is also extremely cold. The characters and how like life and death is dealt with and just kind of like handled so wantonly. It's a very cold feeling movie emotionally. And I do want to say, to echo what Matt was saying about whether or not you Nick Caged him, I was like, this is my payback for recommending Urban Cowboy at first, and then on a Patreon app. And then the one thing that I was a little bit, I guess I'll even admit it, I was a little intimidated by is I don't watch a lot of movies with subs. I don't watch a lot of foreign films. And part of the reason is, you got to be in the mindset to sit and pay attention. You can't be fucking around. You can't be scrolling on your phone. You can't be, getting up, taking the dogs out, packing a bowl of weed, whatever. You got to pay attention. So I kept trying to pick the perfect time to watch this. And, I finally settled on, I ended up watching it over a couple days because I watched it like on my lunch breaks. And because I work from home, I've got that luxury to be able to do that. And I when I first started on Tubi and they're speaking and there's no subtitles, I'm like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? So I had to turn subs.
That got me too, because I thought it was a choice. I was like, oh, we're not supposed to know what they're saying right now.
Well, that's what I thought at first.
If you guys,
dude, thank God. No. I went through 5 minutes and I was like, hold the fucking phone.
Like,
I was like,
Mark,
full conversations
cool, I don't know what
are
they
happening.
Saying.
What the fuck is happening? I paused it. I'm like, put those fucking subs on now. And I was like, look at these motherfuckers. It didn't automatic. Fuck Tubi, man. Tubi's awesome, but they're also dicks sometimes, like with that shit. Fucking automatically put it on.
If you notice, when I was sending you guys my selection, notice I said I would give like the time of the movie and then if it had subtitles. Because I wanted a poll to see if you guys were okay with subtitles. Because I understand that. Yeah, it's totally one of those. And in fact, when I went to see Hero in New York City, some guy went and didn't realize it was subtitled, and he goes, "Great, I got to read the movie." I sort of understand that, because it's like when you're reading, sometimes you miss the nuance and the performance and the face.
Yeah.
But this one, fortunately, is a bit more visual and it's sparse in
Well,
dialogue.
it's not very, it's not very dialogue heavy. I'm curious if you guys had a similar experience. I did miss a little bit of the emotional heft of the performances because my subtitles were arriving a full like 3 seconds before the line was spoken.
And
so
sometimes too, it seemed like they were like missing.
Fucking Tubi.
I was like, is that really as eloquent as that guy put that? Because he's saying so much in the scene, and I feel like
he said, I'm like, what the fuck? He said,
I
like,
feel like Tubi's like
700
shortchanging me on my subs. I thought that too, Tommy. Yeah,
and you know, you could tell that the especially the two main characters, they were really great. Their performances were amazing and very human, but very cold, which was fitting.
That guy's one of my favorites, actually. The lead,
the main guy
that plays the detective. Yeah,
I think it's the first thing I am familiar with seeing him in. Unless you guys pull something out of the woodwork.
He's mainly just in like Chinese films. So
I like that pervy guy that ran the laundromat. That guy was great. I always love a good pervy actor. Like if you could, that's a hard thing to nail. Well, no pun intended. And that guy did do it in a creepy fucking way. He has some creepy scenes in
her reactions to him feel so real too.
Yes.
Like
yes. Especially too when you realize the whole fucking thing. All of this, the events of this movie, we should say this movie's a noir. It's a noir. That's the reason I was like go for it. Because I was like, two things. We never have subtitled movies on this show. This is a great opportunity to squeeze one in. And two, I don't think we've ever done a noir. And I was like, this is perfect because I kind of feel like a lot of other movie pods and other movie people I follow were doing Noir-vember. Now, we would never do that on this show, but I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. I always like when people do like these fun movie events, like community events. So I was like, perfect. We'll do a noir. We'll kill two birds with one stone here. And that actually helped with the pacing of the subs. Because I also think, by the way, just going back to the subtitle thing, I think that if a movie's very fast paced and characters are talking a lot, that's when it's hard for you to keep up as a viewer. It's asking a lot of you. But thankfully, noirs are more of a slower burn, and this movie is more of a slower burn. So thankfully, like, you're not missing too much information because thankfully the movie does take its time and characters take their time.
And the filmmaker's also very good at like doing things visually. Like, for example, there's the scene at the ice rink to show that things are, you know, they're like, for her, they're, you know, overwhelming, or you're feeling a certain mood. You just see that, and it has that beautiful classical music, and it's sort of fading into the distance, and the lights are going away, and it's getting darker.
Yeah,
he does a lot of really cool stuff where you feel the emotions visually.
Yeah, I think I definitely wanted to hook more into the narrative. Like, the movie did lose me story-wise. I was like, okay, I don't fucking know what's going on. And I did have to cheat a bit and look at Wikipedia to be like, wait a minute. How does this guy know this bit of information? Oh, I see. I missed that part. Like, I liked this movie more when I kind of gave up trying to follow the story. I was like, you know what? I'm trying to hook too much into the narrative. I just want to enjoy, kind of like when you watch a fucking Alejandro Jodorowsky film. Like, I just want to watch weird shit happen. And there's some great weird shit that goes on in this movie. There's a really awkward sex scene in a Ferris wheel. There's another great bit. My favorite scene in the movie is when the main cop guy just starts dancing. It reminded me of like a David Lynch movie.
Random.
Like, all of a sudden, he just fucking dances and it keeps going.
But you have to think, he's an alcoholic, failed, you know, and he's with his group of friends, and they solved it, but he's still the same person, you know. It hasn't.
Yes. Well, and I feel like he almost feels cool. He's the same person, but he feels like alive now because he went and he solved the case that hadn't been solved for years and had been, you know, vexing him, and was his reason for exiting the force. But also it just was like a sense of redemption, and so he's cutting loose on the dance floor is how I interpreted it.
By the way, I like that he totally interrupts that dance group.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
He just fucking turns it
There's
off.
A full-on dance class happening behind him, and he just starts dancing. I did like that. Also, too, another weird thing, and I was like, why did this happen? Was when that random lady freaks out and she starts crying in a bathtub.
Yeah.
When he goes to talk to her,
the guy's
remember?
Wife.
Yes. Like, there were just bits like that. Like, once I gave into just being like, I kind of want to just experience this almost like in a David Lynchian kind of way. I started to enjoy it a lot more because there were beats where it was tough to follow. But I do love that, like, the crux of the mystery, it's about something so superficial. It's all just about a fucking jacket. It's all about a jacket. It all started with a jacket. If they didn't fuck that jacket up, This girl wouldn't have had to do all these pervy things with this guy. She wouldn't have had to have the boyfriend try to kill him. She wouldn't have got roped into all these murders. Like,
but there's some weird shit going on, like when he does the hand signals behind his back.
oh yeah, what was up with
There's
that?
some really interesting shit that happens. There's I remember reading about it after, and there's like so many different multiple explanations for things. Like one is that the pervy guy is actually the husband, and he does those signals to tell the husband to kill this guy.
Yeah, like someone's getting too
shit.
close to
So
her again.
there's different ways. That's why I love watching this movie. I think I've seen it this is my third time, but every
Damn.
time I watch it, you can pick up others. So when you do read about it and if you do decide to revisit it, you can pick up these other storylines, and it actually changes the entire movie just having one piece of information like that. But it's kind of open to interpretation to some degree. There's a lot of vague stuff in this movie, and it leaves it to the audience, I think, which is what I like about it. It's one of those movies that warrants multiple viewings if you do like that type of stuff. Like for me, I'm a big fan of noir. I love Chinese films, and to see that combination is really cool. Plus, it's also like
it is loaded with ambiguity. Like you're right. Scene to scene, there are things where you're like, this could go either way here. What I'm supposed to take from this?
Well, the thing is, I could never guess what was happening next in this movie, which I
same.
love.
I kept waiting for someone to get like their fucking head chopped off after that salon scene. I was like, anything can happen now, you know. And
I did like that bit with the guy with the ice skates when he finally gets confronted by the other cop in the alley, and he fucking uses the ice skate to cut his neck. Yeah, that was good.
And I liked that cop too, his buddy. That guy did a great job, I thought too.
Yeah.
As like the cop that was still involved, that knew his friend was, you know, distraught over never solving this case, but still had to like, you know, operate within the parameters of he's a cop, my buddy's not. So and I think a sense of cold was over me most of the time watching this movie, because they're just walking around smoking cigarettes with their ears out in the freezing cold, and like I had to pull a blanket on me, man. I was like a little old grandma watching this movie.
Also, too, it was fun just in a theming way, right? Snowbound cinema, right? We got some big swings here, like you're fucking caught in the snowy wilderness with the gray. At Vertical Limit, you're up at the top in the snow-capped mountains. Here, it was cool to see snow in a city. Like, it was kind of cool to get a sort of another side of how cold life can be when that happens in that location. So,
and the cool thing too is like, if you look at the snow in those other two movies, it's actually beautiful. But in this movie, it's fucking dirty.
It's dirty.
It's been driven over.
It's not romanticized
It's like that
at
really
all.
gross gray slush, you know.
And it feels scary, especially like there's a great shot. There's one shot in this. There's a really cool shots of this movie, but the one shot that I remember is when he's following her when she's skating away from the ice rink, and she's all alone, and she leaves the ice rink, and there's just this long kind of paved track, and she's all alone at night skating in the snow, and there's something really scary about that image. And I was just like, fuck, that's like a Snowbound cinema moment right there. Like, it feels chilly, and it just feels like you are truly there's two sides to being cold. You're cold, but then the worst kind of cold is when you're alone. And and I felt it in that shot. And I was like, that's a Snowbound cinema shot. That's good.
Nice.
So guys, black hole thin ice, where does it go on our snowy scale? Is it
It's snowing in my neighborhood.
Snowing in my neighborhood. Or is it
Yeah, that was quite a blizzard.
That's quite a blizzard. Or is it
Snowmageddon?
Snowmageddon.
So far we've had two Snowmageddons. Where does this land?
For me personally, because I've seen it 3 times, I'm gonna have to put it at the very top.
You going with Snowmageddon? Mark's going Snow.
But it has a special
Snowmageddon.
Okay, Mark's going Snowmageddon. Tommy, where are you going?
I will break the ice, so to speak. So this is probably mostly because of Tubi's presentation. For me, I probably landed in blizzard territory. I don't know that I'll watch it again, mostly because I know the riddle to the mystery. But you do have me curious, Mark, about catching some of those little nuances, like the hand signals and stuff. So maybe down the road I will watch it again, and if it's like on Prime or someone who has maybe a little better tracking with their subs. I mean, I'll generally never dub a foreign film. I'll always watch it with subs. This was one of the few times that I was like, if there was a dub track, I would totally switch to that.
Same.
Right now.
Yes.
You know, just so I could look at all the beautiful.
Hey, what are you guys doing over there?
Backdrop.
It's like when you try to watch those like cool new. There's like Netflix has been doing this a lot lately, where they'll have like a cool new series people are talking about, and you start watching it, and it's just dubbed. There's no other option. They bought it from another country, and they did not bother to subtitle it.
But some of them are really damn good.
Some of them are good, but I can't
even
get
try to
past
get
the
like
dubbing.
the lips to match in some cases. I mean, it's never going to be as good as the original, but
and that's why I try and preserve that original experience as much as I can. But I do think, I mean, an hour and 45 minutes of Tubi being 3 to 5 seconds ahead of the actors' mouths,
that does ruin a lot of surprises too.
It was hard to completely like dive in, you know, and I felt like I had to watch the screen all the time because you couldn't naturally wait for the dialogue to pop up when it would happen in a natural occurrence because you knew it was coming before, you know? So for me, I think I've landed in Blizzard territory, but I do appreciate being pushed out of my comfort zone, and I enjoyed the experience of it, especially for this topic. I felt cold watching this movie, and for that, I think it's a great pick for this episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with Tommy here, also for the exact same reasons. I'm gonna give it a
that was quite a blizzard.
It was quite a blizzard, only because there was a lot I liked about it, but the viewing experience sucked, and it's purely Tubi's fault. I think had I seen this with like a reputable player, we love to give Tubi shit on the. I love to get Tubi shit on the show, but they were especially fucking late to the party.
Now
on
I
this
think
one.
I probably should have picked Arctic. That I think would have been a better selection.
I'm still gonna watch that though.
Yeah, I'm definitely still gonna watch. And you brought up another one too. Like when we were trying to decide on movies, you brought up another one that I had kind of never considered before because I thought it looked like a family movie, but I was like, that actually looks pretty good. 8 Below with Paul Walker. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, I might actually catch
where
that.
He's like.
It's like a dog racer, right?
Yeah, he's like running a sled team.
It's like Iditarods. Yeah.
By the way, I have a special place in my heart for those, like, you know, dog sled movies. I don't know why.
See, I'm always afraid to watch them because I'm like a mega dog nerd.
Yeah, you're a dog guy.
And I'm like, I don't want the fucking dogs to die. So I haven't seen that movie, probably specifically because I'm concerned about. I'm like,
there's a website, by the way, Tommy.
Walker.
It's like, does the dog die?
Does the dog die?
Yes, my wife actually checks that a lot, and so for me, in a lot of movies, I mean, because in The Gray, a bunch of wolves die, dog cousins, I guess, and I could give a shit less about that. I'd kill those wolves too, you know. But for there's a lot of movies, and I've heard actually great things about 8 Below. I've heard it's got a lot of heart.
It actually has like a really.
It's on
high
my watch
rating.
list. I'm probably gonna watch it this week, I think.
Yeah, I'll maybe get to it when I am in a mood where I'm like, yeah, it's all a movie. You can handle this, man. You know, but my Chihuahua's got congestive heart failure for the last 8 months, so like I'm sensitive to dog movies at the moment.
I am too, dude. That's the whole reason I couldn't watch that fucking. Even Mark was like, you should watch Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford and the fake CG dog. Yeah. It doesn't even look like a real dog. And I was like, I don't think I can do it. I can't see the dog in peril. Like, I just cannot fucking do it.
I did watch that because I had read the book like 3 or 4 months before. So I felt well enough prepared, you know, and the CGI does look bad, but I actually think though that movie was done pretty well. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Fuck, now you guys are making me want to watch that now. God damn it. Not bad. Snowbound
By the way, I like
Cinema.
that we said that, and we just literally watched 3 movies with a whole bunch of people getting slaughtered, and we were just like,
brutally. By the way,
beyond the snow and the cold, that's the main theme of our movies today. Is everybody fucking dies eventually? We're all gonna die.
I have to say, I think the gnarliest deaths out of these 3 movies were in The Gray. I think The Gray had some of shit that I can't stop seeing when I close my eyes, especially like when the wolves are biting the guy in the face, just gnarled remains. I think that had like the worst of it.
By the way, there's also something about like, I don't know if you guys feel, but when I see blood and snow, there's something like really disturbing about it.
Yeah, it's like when they make the fucking blood bag in Vertical Limit. And the shit, like,
dude, that
shoots up through the crevasse.
It always makes me laugh too because they
awesome.
took a bag of this guy's fucking blood and just blew it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I first saw that movie, I was not expecting that to happen. I was like, that's a little,
because it's like a
really
PG-13 studio action movie, and like, by the way, there's a huge blood gag in the middle of this movie, and it goes everywhere.
And visually, that scene is one of my.
Is it Chris O'Donnell in this movie? Are we talking about the same movie? Yeah.
Robin.
Oh yeah.
Robin has a blood bag. It's not Robin.
Blows it out, dude.
But I love that, you see that arrow or whatever pierce through the snow, but then I love how the bag explodes against that white pristine snow. And like, that's actually one of those moments where you're like, oh, that's a good fucking idea. Yes. I should do that if I'm ever in a crevasse.
I hope one of my companions dies so I can bleed them.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that? Like when you watch these survival movies, do you take mental notes like, oh, fuck.
For the edge, I
gotta remember this. I gotta remember this.
I gotta get that.
Sometimes, but you got to be careful because we were all singing Liam Neeson's praise earlier, but actually everything that they did in that movie is counterintuitive to what a survival expert would tell you to do. They would tell you to stay with the plane and insulate the plane and do like what they did in that Alive movie. You need to live in the plane until help comes. Piecing out and looking for help on your own is like the last thing they recommend.
Also, the other thing I was thinking is like, there's so many fucking dead bodies around this airplane. Just pile them up outside so these wolves can just feed off of them.
Yes.
And then if you need something, then you can eat some of these people too.
It'll be like the day before spring and there's 1 or 2 bodies left and they're like, I think we're good. I think they're going to leave tomorrow and we can just walk out.
The wolves are all super fat now.
Yeah.
Dude,
obese.
We can outrun them, no problem, man. Look at that one. It's got liver problems.
They're just walking fast past the wolves.
Like, they just waddle.
shouldn't have eaten Tom, I guess, huh? But yeah, I definitely, and when I was younger, you were talking about this earlier, Matt. When I was younger, I think it was more like, what would I do? And now I'm like, man, I'm not flying on a plane. Fuck that.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not going on K2, and I'm definitely not blackmailing any laundromat ladies for sex. I've definitely ruined my jacket.
I definitely now, dude, I'm right there with you. I definitely now appreciate more like I'm like, man, I'm glad that I have the job I have and the life I have. I'm so fucking glad I'm not a secret agent or a mountain climber or a guy who kills wolves or a sexy sniper. Laundromat lady. I'm glad I'm just me here, having a fucking some spaghetti, like I'm just a guy.
With syrup.
Yeah, exactly. Slippers. Right. Yeah. These guys are worried about eating fucking wolf meat and staying alive. Meanwhile, like my ass is making a baked ziti at home. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, you appreciate the preciousness of life as you get older,
indoors.
And
fuck yes,
yes, and that's actually one thing you're
the great indoors.
Yeah, they need to make that movie and just film old guys sitting around like, man, I'm glad I'm not doing that. But yeah, I think definitely when I was younger, any of these movies you're watching them and you're like, fuck yeah, dude, I'd be Liam Neeson, bro. Totally, I'd be Liam Neeson.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's such a different experience watching that movie, especially as a young man to a grown ass man, because it just changes your perspective on shit. You understand things that you didn't understand before. I mean, just speaking for myself, I did, like there were just things that hit a lot harder this time around. And same thing for Vertical Limit, right? I was like, as I saw that as a younger man 11, 12 years ago, and now I'm like, every time I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, their families, Jesus. Or I'm like, look at that guy, oh my God. Like, you notice Scott Glenn's missing all his toes and you're like, oi, how's that to live with? You know what I mean?
Like
you're thinking
New
old
York
man problems
that have like nubs.
You're seeing the Pakistan army base and you're like, why can't Pakistan and India just make peace, man?
Yes, dude, totally. I was like, I gotta be reminded of the politics here. Jesus, I'm just trying to watch a Martin Campbell movie. I gotta think about this now. So as we do ask our listeners to contribute to this show, and they did. They came through. Because we were talking, I said, what are some of your favorite snowy flicks? We're covering these 3 movies. What are snowy flicks you guys love? And our listeners came fucking out.
Oh, sweet.
I want to give, and these all came from Instagram at the Matt and Mark Movie Show. Steel Lens Cinema said, does The Thing count? I said, absolutely, it fucking counts. We're just not reviewing it.
Top dog, probably.
A lot of shots for The Thing. Patrick M, our buddy Patrick M, had a couple. He said Fargo is a snowy flick he likes a lot.
Good one, yeah.
So I almost picked Fargo,
it,
but I thought it was too obvious. I thought it was because I know you said you wanted to be a little more obscure.
Great minds. Yes. I said the same thing. I was like, I can't go Fargo. It's too. If I come there, if I told them no the thing and I show up with Fargo, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you, man." Really?
Piece of shit.
Can I say this though? Fargo is one of the most perfect movies ever made, in my opinion.
Agreed.
There's nothing wrong with it.
And one of the most quotable movies ever made.
Absolutely.
I would argue.
And the
up there with Lebowski. I think the Fargo and Lebowski, you could have a quote off all day.
It's almost like the directors of those movies knew what they were doing. Like they're related, and they just know movies really well.
They're just good guys. They're just good guys. Yeah. Another shout for the thing comes from our buddy Movie Collecting Wolf. Nice. As well as G. Burdex, who also said the thing, but he also wanted to call out Groundhog's Day and 30 Days of Night.
Oh, 30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night could have been a good pick. I like that one. Speaking
I
of
almost
Josh
went
Hartnett.
there. I almost went there, but I was like, they're gonna expect horror from Tommy Nuggets. I gotta go non-horror.
I appreciate
By the way,
that
overhead shot in that movie is like one of the best when they're just tearing through the town.
That's a fun movie. I mean, I say fun in quotes. It's a fun watch. It's a good movie. Our buddies, I told you, we got a lot of these. A lot of people came out. Our buddies, Film versus Film podcast across the pond, our English friends, they said the thing, obviously, but Hateful Eight. They wanted to call out Hateful Eight.
Yeah, that's a good one too, because I mean, right away they're in this blizzard in Wyoming.
That's more of the great indoors, though.
But I tell you,
they venture out. That was more like me in a cabin.
Yeah,
like, I'm just gonna stay in this cabin.
Like, I'm gonna get some hot chocolate and hear some racist, terrible shit that's uncomfortable, but it'll all pan out in the end.
And our buddy Jeff from the Lovers of Cinema, the Cinema Lovers, he wrote a bunch of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off Jeff's choices now.
Ooh.
He said Christmas Vacation, obviously. Mm-hmm. He said Wind River.
That's a fantastic,
that's awesome. A great fucking movie.
With Elizabeth Olsen and Jeremy Renner, I believe.
Yeah, that's actually got one of the best ending shootouts. I love
the
that
sound
ending
design
shootout.
on it is fucking awesome.
And that's a little bit of like a Western noir, a little bit.
Yes,
it's like a modern Western. I love those.
Yeah.
Jeff also said he could use a Revenant rewatch. I will never rewatch The Revenant ever.
You didn't like it?
I liked it, but I just don't want to re-experience it. I'm like, I've been there. I'm good. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I scooped it on 4K like over a year ago because it was like $10.
Oh, that's a good pickup, actually.
It is, and actually,
$10 is good for that.
From what I hear, I hear it looks amazing because I obviously, it was real film.
You haven't watched it in a year, Tommy.
It's been over that at least since my last watch, but I'll probably get to it this winter. We didn't have any snow here in North
I'll
Carolina
confess, it's nice to hear Mark mock someone else's 4Ks instead of mocking me. Every week he gives me shit because I don't open 4Ks.
Yeah, I'll take some of that shade for you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
we're not done, by the way. Jeff continues. He said Die Hard 2. Funny enough, Tommy and I were talking about this before the show. Die Hard 2, he mentions. Very snowy flick. Yep. He also says Dumb and Dumber, which I always forget is like a snowy flick.
Oh, shit.
But only that's like really half of it, though.
One.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, and obviously, when you had said in the email, like, not just something with snowy scenes.
Yes, the majority of the movie has to be snow. Right. Yeah. And Jeff also said
Tommy took that real serious because that movie
from minute one it's snow. That's why Mark, I was like, this motherfucker knows the rules. And he still came out with 20 minutes of no snow.
See, I had faith in you though, Mark, because ice was in the title, so I was like, there's gonna be some fucking
well, because if you
here.
watch the trailer, which I did, I'm sorry, I did watch the trailer because I wanted to confirm I was watching the right movie. It's all snow in the trailer, and you're like, God damn. But the first 20 minutes, I was like, is there like a sequel or something? Did I pick the wrong movie? And Jeff had to have one smart ass response, and it was anytime James Bond skis.
That's a good one too.
That's like all the Roger Moore ones.
Yep. Yes. On Her Majesty's Secret Service also has some good snow skiing. Yep. And the producer in the booth coming out with a newer movie that I watched, but you know what? I'm gonna save it for the Recs because it's actually on my rec list.
Nice.
All right, fuck it. All right, my producer in the booth is saying. All right, it's
the boss has spoken.
It's Merry Little Batman, which is an animated movie that is brand new, and it's a Christmas movie, and it's actually great. And you'll hear me talk more about it on the Recs.
I just saw that on. Is it Prime or?
It is on Prime Video. It's an original. It's one of these original DC animated movies, and sometimes those can be hit or miss. This one's
a
better
than The Killing Joke.
Yes, it is leagues better, my friend. Leagues better.
Yeah, I just saw that today and was like, that could be good.
It's
So
fun,
good
man.
to
It's a
hear.
lot of fun. It's got a lot of the same spirit as Lego Batman, which is a movie I like quite a bit.
Yeah, Lego Batman's awesome.
So thank you to everybody who, for speaking up on Instagram at the Matt and Mark Movie Show and offering up your snowy flicks. Now you people know why we didn't review The Thing. Cliffhanger was another one I moratoriumed. I said no cliffhanger. And I think that was it. Although, man, now I want to watch
Fargo would have been on there.
Fargo would have been on the moratorium for sure. Yep. I almost went, speaking of noirs, I almost went with Ice Harvest.
Yeah.
But that movie is so blue and so down. I was like, I gotta get some fucking excitement and some jazz in here. I want Vertical
I
Limit.
actually don't think I've seen that.
It's with John
Ice
Cusack,
Harvest is
Oliver
good.
Platt, Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton, yep.
It's like a neo noir. I hesitate to call it a black comedy because there
and it's
are
a
funny
Christmas-
moments in it. Yeah, but it's a Christmas movie.
It's a
just
Christmas
fucked up
adjacent
Christmas
or
movie.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Hey, can I read my list? And obviously it's long, so we don't have to like necessarily jump into each one. But can I tell you some of the almost picks?
Dude,
that
please.
I almost threw out there. So one that I love that does not get enough attention, Ravenous.
I love that fucking movie.
I fucking
so
forgot
much.
about Ravenous. Damn
Ravenous
it.
That's like
is
my
great.
favorite soundtrack too.
Shit.
Yes, the score is amazing for Ravenous. Okay, Snowpiercer, more of like a sci-fi touch. Misery, which I love James Caan.
Fucking great.
And
Great.
obviously-
God damn, these are all good picks. We should have just let Tommy pick the movies for everybody. I mean, everybody would have just randomized and picked one Tommy pick.
And I didn't know, some of these were either too on the nose or I felt too far out there. So The Black Coat's Daughter, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that.
Oh, that's a new horror movie, right? It's Oz Perkins.
Yeah, and it's Oz Perkins, so
Yep.
it's weird. And it's
although it
but
would have fit right in with Black Hole Thin Ice.
I think, and it's funny actually, when I got done watching Black Hole Thin Ice, I was like, I totally could have picked Black Coat's Daughter because it's very kind
That
of
would have been
artsy and
welcome.
in line
Yeah.
with that.
I'll write this down.
Everest was on the docket at one point.
Dude, I was afraid. I almost picked Everest. Mark and I saw it in the IMAX, and I loved it. I think we both loved it. And I was afraid to pick because I was like, that might be too new school. They might ding me and be like, this is too new of a movie. But Everest was on my mind. It was on my mind.
Vertical Limit destroys. Everest.
I know it's hard. You have those two, and they're similar, but they're different flavors. It's like
it's like chocolate versus vanilla. It's kind of hard to, they've got their pros and cons depending on what mood you're in.
Yeah, but does Everest got double ice pick action?
I don't believe so.
No. But it does have Josh Brolin missing his nose.
Ladder action.
Exactly.
Ladder
action is good. Judgment Night ladder action.
And Everest is one thing, I guess, that holds a special place in my heart because I loved the book by John Krakauer, the Into Thin Air. So like, I think they did a pretty good job of, relaying it into film.
That was one of the best 3D IMAX experiences I've ever had was Everest.
I bet. I did scoop that in 4K as well. So, and Mark, I have watched that one on 4K.
Oh, nice. By the way, wouldn't you think it's funny if those, how they show the actors like their little memorial plates on the top of K2?
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be fucking hilarious if they actually put them up there and then people like get to the top of K2 and they're like, who the fuck are these people?
They're like, Josh Brolin died? Oh,
I thought that was just a movie.
I thought you were gonna say they get up there and it's the leftover character plates from Vertical Limit. They're like, kind of looks
no,
like
that's what I was saying. It's those
Ben
Vertical
Mendelsohn?
Limit ones. Because at the end they have that really bad like
is that
it's
Michael
like a green
Bay?
screen shot of this like shitty pile of rocks and
No,
their
it's
faces on
Longmire.
plates.
Dude, at first, did you have a moment where you were like, where's Ben Mendelsohn's plate, you fucks? Because they take the longest time getting there. I'm like, okay, well, where's the two Australian brothers?
Yeah.
They did a lot. Shout out to
They're
Australia,
people
by the way.
too. Yeah, they're people too.
That's right. We got a lot of Australian listeners now. Shout out Australia.
I saw that. You guys
I was
are
looking out for you
tracking.
guys, okay? I was like, where's the Aussie brothers? Okay?
And then did you know that Vertical Limit it's the first movie Martin Campbell filmed in his native country of New Zealand. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Over by Aussie, their neighbors. So
There you go.
On good location for that. And then the last couple that I almost went with, Wind River was on my short list. The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gene
Great
Davis.
fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, love it.
Die screaming, motherfucker.
Yeah.
One of
He's
the most
like,
badass final lines ever.
And that's one of Samuel L. Jackson's best. I
Putting
think.
my keys in my pocket.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome fucking movie.
He's like, first you're all, oh phooey, I broke a nail, and now you're like, let's kill this motherfucker.
Yeah. Now you go into a bar and sailors come running out. Sorry, I can quote Shane Black till we're all fucking sick. I've told you. That's why we can't do The Edge. Mark and I would just be quoting the whole goddamn movie. It would be like two men, like a two-man show. You'd be going to see a play, like a radio dramatization of The Edge. That's what it would be.
Is this Orson Welles? What am I tuned into?
Welcome to Matt and Mark Audio Theater.
And the last two that were almost cuts, Let Me In, the vampire flick.
Oh, that's a
wait, which
fucking
version?
solid
by the way?
pick.
The
I
US
was gonna
or original.
I was gonna go with the US version, mostly because, like I said earlier, I can be lazy about subs sometimes. I will,
but that one has a slightly different
subs.
name, right? I think it's called Let Me In.
The first one, the Swedish version is Let the Right One In.
Yeah. The chicken curdy. That's what these snowy movies miss. They need a little Swedish chef in each of them. That would have bumped them all automatic Snowmageddon. Automatic.
Yeah.
Snowmageddon the heat. That'd be great if all the characters in Black Hole Thin Ice talk like that. It's like, why are these Chinese
Dude, if that was the
guys
guy, I would be like,
got,
I don't need
Swedish
subs.
accents?
I don't need subs. I'm just
You
gonna
ruined my
interpret.
coat at the laundromat. You owe me some sex now.
There's an eyeball in my noodles, the herby derby.
By the way, what did you guys think about that eyeball in the soup?
The eyeball in the noodles made me gag, especially because it has great sound. Where it was like those noodle sounds.
It reminded me of the Lost Boys scene of like maggots.
Yes.
You're eating maggots,
Oh
Michael.
yeah.
1 billion people can't be wrong, Michael.
Yeah.
So there you go. Wait, Tommy, did you have any more Snowbound, or that was it?
I think the last one was Scott Pilgrim. Because
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that
it's kind of
mostly
snowy?
snowy?
That's in the wilds of Canada.
And
Shit, I
like,
don't
you know,
even
Chris
remember
Evans
that.
is grinding down the icy railing and like, you know, flying off into oblivion.
That is like one of the best scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love
Have you
that
guys
movie.
watched that anime, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off? Have you watched that?
Is it good?
I haven't yet.
I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched.
I've
I
heard
just love
good
Scott
things,
Pilgrim,
though.
but yeah, same. I've heard good things. Haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's it for our 2023 holiday grab bag. We covered Chris O'Donnell. We covered McDonald's bucks. We covered dying in plane crashes, wolf attacks,
Sexual innuendo.
Getting
Santa.
killed by an ice skate.
getting killed by an ice skate, sexy laundry ladies, awkward sex scenes and Ferris wheels, nitroglycerin, mountain climbing.
We did it all.
We got it all, dude. I would say this is a
Did it
pretty
all.
solid. You know what? I'm gonna give this year's theme. I'm gonna give it a goddamn Snowmageddon. Snowbound Cinema, guys. That's it. Happy holidays from everybody here at the Matt and Mark Movie Show, including our guest. Want to thank him, Mr. Tommy Nuggets, for joining
one
us.
and
Our
only
first
Tommy
ever
Nuggets.
guest spot.
Thank you guys. It was super fun.
That was a blast, by the way.
Anytime you got a tight little niche you want to find someone to hop on for, you let me know because I'm all about that shit.
We love hearing that. We love Tommy around these parts. Super fun guy. Do you want to call anything out, Tommy? You want to call your Insta out? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, we're still kind of pedaling along CTSO with Tommy Nuggets on Instagram.
There you go.
You know, most folks that follow know we've been on a little bit of a hiatus this year trying to get some stuff worked out, but I'm still there and I'm definitely still nerding it up over movies and I'm collecting like a motherfucker. These Black Friday sales broke me a little bit and you know, all the sales are digging deep. So Tommy Nuggets is still here, just kind of doing it slow right now. So keep your eye on our page. Maybe we'll be back in 24 with some fresh shit. So
I also love having Tommy on the show because we just love Tommy with B. It's always fun to talk shop with him. So I'm also happy to be the like, hey, while you're waiting for Tommy Nuggets, you come on over to the Mad Mark Movie Show. We got some Tommy Nuggets for you. We got a lot of great Tommy Nuggets appearances.
You guys, and I've been so busy just with family and life stuff. I get on Insta to see what Matt and Mark are up to. So you guys are my connection to the world and the world's connection to me. So much appreciated on that.
Hell
front.
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we're big Tommy Nuggets fans.
Yeah.
So there you go. Do go give Tommy a follow over on Instagram, CTSO with Tommy Nuggets. You know where to follow us at the Matt and Mark Movie Show. Thank you to everybody. Happy holidays, gentlemen, by the way.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
Probably
Same
should have
to you.
opened with that.
You guys stay warm out there. Stay warm and stay safe and
Fuck
stay
yeah.
vigilant.
Avoid the snow. Avoid the
Snowmageddon.
avoid the Snowmageddon at all costs. All right. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.